Thanksgiving bingo is happening. I'm so excited about it. October 30th from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. We are going to have an absolute blast playing bingo. You'll be winning prizes and having fun. And let me tell you, right now, today, you can go and register, get your seat, secure your seat in the room. Only $20 to enter, and you'll have other opportunities if you like to buy more bingo boards in order to have more opportunities to win. So I want to encourage you to go ahead today, purchase your ticket, support UpChurch in this way. Your $20 will get you in some snacks, and I promise you a great time. Extra bonus points if you wear a costume. I think I'm going to wear a costume. I'll see you on October 30th.
We've got some superstars in our midst. I don't know if you know this, but our social media all-stars are the best. We thank you for your support. We love you for all that you give to this ministry. Thank you for liking, for sharing, for commenting. It all makes a difference. And a special shout out to Glenda Fifes-McCray. Girl, you have been doing it, choosing those clips that we are sharing virtually. And guess what? There is room for you on this team. If you want to help us grow and expand our social footprint, please reach out to UpChurch at upchurch.org and say, hey, I'm in, put me in, coach. I want to help the social media team.
Hello, UpChurch family. I have exciting news. It's back to school time. It is time for us to get back into the classroom. We have two powerful spiritual growth opportunities for you. The first is spiritual principles for lasting weight loss. You heard me right. We're going to have the spiritual principles for lasting weight loss experience again. It's fresh and new for those of you who've taken it before. I want to encourage you to come in so you can just break the chains that have bound you to excess weight. And so we're going to do that together on Sundays from 11:30 a.m. Pacific to 1 p.m. Pacific. We're going to have that experience before the worship experience each Sunday. And so I want to encourage you to register today. You won't regret it. Second class is our Bible class. John Downey has been teaching our Bible series, and it's been an amazing experience. I hear from you. And so Bible 3 is coming up at 3 p.m. on Sundays. And this is where we get into the metaphysical interpretation of the Old Testament. I'm telling you, you want to be in both of these classes, really. But it is important that you wake yourself up so that you can let your body be free from all the baggage that you may have accumulated over time. And it's important that you understand the tool that the Bible is and how to interpret it so that you can get principle out of it. Those two experiences begin October 3rd. Register today. It's only $15 per course. Register today.
Hello, UpChurch family. Well, as you know, we are looking for a new church home, and we need your help. And there are lots of ways that you can help. First and foremost, we're looking for a commercial real estate agent. So if you know someone, send us their contact information. You can send that to boardsecretary@upchurch.org. Also, we need a couple of people who would be willing to go out and look at the properties that the real estate agent finds for us. And it's a simple process of going out, taking a look, taking a few pictures and sending them back to us. If you're interested, drop us an email. Now, if you happen to be out and about during your day and you see a building and you think, hey, that might work for UpChurch, take a picture of the sign and email it to us. If you know someone who has some property that they would be willing to sell or lease or even donate to UpChurch, have them get in contact with us, boardsecretary@upchurch.org. And finally, we appreciate the way that you have continued to support our building fund. Let's continue to keep supporting the building fund. Those donations make a tremendous difference. So if you have any questions, drop us an email, boardsecretary@upchurch.org. And in the meantime, thank you once again in advance for all of your support. Peace and blessings. Enjoy the service.
Good afternoon, UpChurch. Today, I'm here to make an announcement. It is going to be a choir video shoot that is going to be happening on October 16th. At 12 o'clock at the First Lutheran Church, and we are gonna rehearse and video shoot 2 selections from Delari's songs. Yes. So more details are coming to the Facebook UPCHURCH Love page, so please stay tuned. But this is again October 16th, Saturday, that's coming up at noon. I know that some of you have been asking, when do I get to sing? When do I get to sing? So this is your chance. I hope you sign up and be there that day. Okay, now I'm gonna pass to Pastor Sherry. She's gonna explain to you about some protocols, for the safety procedure for that day.
Thank you so much, Noriko. Listen, this is what I want to share with you about our COVID protocol, because it is of utmost importance to me that you are safe and that we handle your safety in this moment with the utmost care. So, the rule is, if you want to be a part of the performance that we'll see on Sunday, but we're shooting it on Saturday the 16th, then you need a COVID test that's negative no more than 48 hours before the 16th. So meaning you can take the test on Thursday, get your results back, or you can take it on Friday. But maybe that's inconvenient for you. Well, we have a mobile unit that is going to be on site, and you can actually come early and get a rapid COVID test. So right there on the spot at First Lutheran. And I'm getting a test, Noriko's gonna get a test, Reverend Sheree is tested. So we are making sure that we are COVID safe so that everyone who's participating and singing, because we're not gonna be in masks, is going to have a negative COVID test. So what I need you to do right now is click the link below and let us know that you will be there so that we can be prepared and have enough tests available. Or you can call the church office and let us know that you're going to be there. And that is 310-412-7729. Let us know that you're coming so that we can be prepared with a test for you.
Good afternoon, understand the principles. You know what time it is. It's time to celebrate our God, all right? Hey. Say all around. All around. All around. All around. Everywhere. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. All around. All around. All around. All around. Everywhere. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. Oh, come on, clap your hands. I know you can. Yeah, at home. Hey, hey.
look, your love is all around. Isn't that an amazing song? We knew that we had to bring that back and just remind you that everywhere you look, God's love is all around. The Spirit is everywhere evenly present, loving you, adoring you, appreciating you, and appreciating every part of you. There is no aspect of your being that is not loved deeply by the one presence and the one power, by God, the good, omnipotent. That's a great song. I put that on repeat if I were you. Everywhere I look, your love is all around. Okay, guys, I'm really excited to come to you today. I'm a little nasally because I had some things that were clearing out of my consciousness this week. And so I had to take a little downtime and let that happen. But here's what I need you to do right now. If you are watching this and if you're watching this, not if, there's no qualifier on it. If you're watching this, hit the share button. If you're on YouTube, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to our channel. I think we're at like 5,300 subscribers, but I think we can get that number up and you can help us. And some of you are coming and you're regular attendees of this virtual service, but you've never subscribed to the channel. Go ahead and do that right now and make sure that you hit that notification bell, because what will happen is that every time you pull up YouTube, it will program that algorithm to say, hey, here's what's going on at UPCHURCH. And if you are on Facebook, the algorithm is different, but it kind of works the same. Hit that like button, like this video, leave us a comment. Those comments make a difference. That's engagement, and it really, really, really matters. And so if you would engage with us, I'm always responding to your comments, always saying thank you. And I just want to appreciate you for helping us to expand our digital footprint. All right. This series has been so fire. I love the testimonies that you have shared about your experience, about how this journey is supporting you. We are in this process of becoming together. And one of the things that we've been doing is we've been utilizing the prayers that we developed in January. These are not prayers that were written yesterday or developed yesterday. These are prayers that were written in January that have been marinating, and now we've been using them as our opening prayer for the service. So this prayer is from group number 3. Now, when we complete this series, we're going to make sure that you have all of these prayers, because I'm going to ask that you work with them in your quiet time, helping us develop the consciousness, continue this development work that we've started to build our promised land, to move into our new building. And then I'm going to ask you also to personalize them, because remember, as you become, we become. So the better you are, the better we are. And so when you personalize this prayer, when you become, and when we become people who can possess our own individual promised land, we become a nation in the biblical sense of people who can possess the promised land. And so I am encouraging you to work with these prayers. So you will definitely get them. Don't worry about that. We'll make them available to you for you to work with from a collective standpoint and work with from an individual standpoint. All right, would you pray with me? Divine Spirit, we are ready to receive our new church home. We commit to utilizing your prosperity principles to manifest a new home that meets all our current and future needs. We are deeply grateful for the perfect unfolding of this new space. The exterior is so beautiful that people cannot believe this is a church. We are not only known for a beautiful exterior, but we have more than enough rooms to fit all of our desires. Our weekly service compels people to come every Sunday. And once they walk in, they feel welcomed with love and joy. People are amazed by their ability to grow spiritually at UPCHURCH. Their lives are transformed by all the good they receive from UPCHURCH. We are one with God. We are one with our hopes and dreams. We are one with our vision for UPCHURCH. We are one with our new church home that is beautiful, safe, clean, and located in a loving, vibrant community. UPCHURCH is a magnetic force. We are blessed with new UPCHURCH members. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. I'm so proud to be a part of UPCHURCH. I'm so excited to be a part of this incredible ministry, and I'm grateful. I want to share with you our vision and our mission, and we highlight this every Sunday because we want you to know where you are. We want you to know the community of people that you are worshiping with. And as we materialize our building, it's this North Star that keeps us focused, that keeps us guided in the right direction, and that makes sure that we are operating in accord with the love and the light of God. And maybe one thing you don't know is that our core values are love God, love yourself, love others. Those are our core values. The vision and the mission come out of that. They come out of that core value. It's the way that we are living those core values. So let me share with you the vision. Our vision is to love every person up to their true identity and to their highest potential for the greater good of all. We are on a mission to express God's divine love through teaching spiritual principles, worship services, fellowship activities, and community outreach. And our theme this year is Open Your Mind. Now, we have had to do that in so many ways. And I've had to do it personally, and I've had to guide our ministry to do it collectively. And I want to tell you, it is a journey because there are things that you have to embrace that you may not have known that you got to embrace. There are things that you got to make peace with that you may not have known that you need to make peace with it. So today, my lesson is entitled Building the Nation State, Part 2. So this is a companion to last week. So we're at the week 5, social unfoldment, building the nation state, part 2. So let's take a moment to just center ourselves. We're going to have a brief meditation, and then we'll move forward with the service. Let us settle into this quiet moment. And allow whatever feelings arise. But let there be an awareness that we are in the presence of the one power and the one presence, God. There is only one power. There is only one presence. The power and the presence of God shapes us, molds us, cares for us, loves us. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to just relax in this awareness, in this knowing that I am divinely provided for. I am loved at the highest levels. Every part of me is valued by Spirit. Allow the warm glow of that indwelling Christ light move throughout your body, effecting a healing in every area of your body. Heart function improves. Liver function improves. Brain function improves. Take a deep breath. And recognize that you have been given all that you need in order to thrive in your promised land. Feel the sense of gratitude that you are fully equipped. You're capable. God's perfect light and love surrounds you now and holds you in its warm embrace. Then you realize, maybe for the first time, that you are protected. At every step. Thank you, Spirit. As we bring this moment of quiet to an end, we just give thanks that I live, I move, I have my being in the pure essence of Spirit, and I am always divinely provided for. Thank you, God. And so it is.
Hello, family. I'm so glad to be with you here today. We've been having such a magnificent experience worshiping today. I'm Reverend Sheree Thompson, and it is my joy to be with you here today. I'm grateful to be able to welcome you to UPCHURCH. I serve here as the assistant minister and the director of spiritual education. And I like to also add to my title, the bringer of joy. I believe I want to work with that. I'm going to claim that. I bring joy to every single aspect of the church that I touch because I believe that joy is our birthright. I believe that joy is the frequency that we can live on. And so I want to thank you for being here. For my friends and family who I know, I want to thank you for coming time and time again. For our friends and family who are finding us, who are new, I want to say an extra special thank you, an extra special welcome to you. Because I know that there's so many things going on, so many places you could have been, but you are in your divine right place at the divine right time to hear exactly what you need to hear in order to break through something that's been in your way. So open up your ears and prepare yourself for the transformation that's in store for you here at UPCHURCH. We are a loving, powerful, caring community, and I know that one of the things we do best is support you in your spiritual growth. And so I want to personally invite you to membership. Our doors are always open. And in order to become a member of church, if you're feeling something in your soul, if you feel like this is where I want to plant and grow spiritually, I want to encourage you to take that first step. Let us know that you're interested. Just email us at upchurch@upchurch.org and we'll give you the next steps. Now, it just so happens that we have a spiritual baptism coming up, which means that there is a membership orientation meeting coming up. And so if you join in on the membership orientation, you can make your decision right there. We give you everything you need in order to understand how this church works, what we believe, and you can just walk into that. It's a powerful spiritual experience, and you get a lot of information. And so that is taking place on this coming Saturday. And then if you decide to become a member of UPCHURCH, you will have your spiritual baptism experience virtually on Sunday. So I want to invite you to come and join us. We would love to have you become a part of this community, no matter where you are in the world. Our doors are open to you. And so we want you to know whose doors you walk through. So you got to know about who we are. I want you to know who you're worshiping with as well. And so I'm going to ask everybody, visitors, friends, family, everybody, members all over. I want you to let us know who you are really. We do this by declaring our spiritual name. So you take your I am. That's the name only you can name for you, right? You take I am and you put it next to a quality of God. I am plus a quality of God. I'll go first. I am courage. What's your spiritual name? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Go ahead and let us know. Go ahead and see one another for who you really are. I am. And your name that reflects the divine essence of God. Put that together. And I want you to work with that identity today. I want you to continue to declare it over and over and over again. We're so grateful to meet the real you today. God bless you. I'm going to turn this over. We're going to have our daily inspiration for better living. Reverend Sherri wrote this month's daily inspirations, and you're going to absolutely enjoy the way that it is illustrated this week. God bless you, and I'll see you in a little bit.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
A lamp unlit. The person who disregards his or her vocation or call is a lamp unlit. Ignoring or putting off that assignment dims your inner light. You are the hands and feet to fulfill God's mission on earth. The world needs you to be fully you. Accept what is yours to do. Never assume that another will handle it. Only you have the unique gift God gave you. Thus, you are the one God chose to get it done through. Every action you take to fulfill your divine assignment makes your inner light shine brighter. The brighter your light shines, the greater your momentum and the direction of your assignment. Take heart. You have not been given this assignment without the resources of spirit to fulfill it. In fact, you can trust that spirit will provide you with all that you need to accomplish all that you have the will to do.
Well, this little light of mine, yeah, I'm gonna let it shine every day, every day. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
Thank you, Patty, for bringing Reverend Sherry's daily inspiration to life. What an amazing, amazing experience. It's now time for our affirmation of power. Now, you know, we're working with a new affirmation of power this month. And so I'm going to ask you to join me in this affirmation. You're going to see it pop up on your screen in just a moment. My adventure in faith guides me to success because God works in me and through me and for me. And God does not fail, so I cannot fail. When I make a decision and take action, I prove my faith. So I decide today to claim my promised land. I take action and prove my faith in God's never ending supply. I take action and prove my faith in God's radiant health. I take action and prove my faith in God's power. God works in me as a mighty force, creating, blessing, fulfilling, and loving. I cannot fail. My adventure in faith is a success. And so it is. These are some powerful words. I want you to work with this powerful affirmation. I want you to begin your day as we are reading our scripture every day. I want you to begin to work with the affirmation of power. Work with this scripture. Work with this affirmation of power. Do not let your mind get deterred or distracted or be dissuaded from your divine assignment. I'm so looking forward to being on the other side, on being the victory side, where we get to experience and celebrate our victory together. But I want to just thank you for your consciousness. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your walk in this adventure in faith.
Let me tell you something. People are winning with this series. People are winning. Oh my God, the testimonies that are coming in are incredible. Now, we're just showing you a few of them through the videos that we're sharing during the service, but there are people who are sending me text messages, emails, just letting me know that this series was so needed. And I'm so excited because there's always a new promised land. I know for sure that we're going to revisit this series in the years to come because this is such a powerful way for us to move collectively together. And I love the wins that you are having. So today you're going to hear from Saba Roberts. This is one of our global members, and I'm so proud of the work that she is doing. I can't wait for you to hear her testimony. And yeah, I'm excited. And if you would like to share a testimony, please reach out to us. We have a couple of more Sundays where we're going to be featuring them. Maybe if we get enough of them, we'll put multiples of them in the service. But as we get them, we will absolutely make them available. So all you need to do is reach out to us, upchurch@upchurch.org, and say, hey, I've got a testimony that I want to share. And we would be honored to include you.
Hi, this is Saba. Just wanted to come and talk to you all a little bit about the small groups. I am having an absolutely wonderful time in my small group. The ministers have put together a great way of guiding us through this scripture on Joshua. And it has been coming to life for me, and especially in the small group, when we go through the questions and we discuss how to apply some of what we're learning to our lives. And it's a great time. It's community, and you don't want to miss this opportunity. You want to be a part of your small group as we all are entering into the promised land together. We are all entering into the promised land as a community with UPCHURCH, and you want to be in your small groups to get the meat of this. So get in there. Bye.
Hi, it's Noriko here again. One of the benefits of having virtual service is you could have the whole world as your audience. Also, you could have guest artists from anywhere in the world. So today we have a very special guest, and I'm going to ask one of our new worship singers, Amanda, to introduce him.
Hi up church, my name is Amanda Buteau. Some of you may remember me. I've done a couple of songs already for the worship team and it's been such a blast. I'm currently visiting family here in Brazil. We're in Paraty and I'm here to introduce you to someone very special, my father Xavier Buteau.
Hello folks, it's a pleasure to be with you and I'm glad to be introducing my work to you. Thanks to Noriko to invite me to participate to this constructive gathering. I'm here to present presentsongs.com is a work, my compositions in partnerships, some of the lyrics with Amanda, with my wife Lucy and some on my own. And today you will hear in a minute, you will see Presence, one of the songs I've written, thinking about the sort of things we all aim at, which is to improve the connections with God and God in us and God around us and the beauty of building constructive things. All the work I did in terms of compositions is provided to create potentially donations and sources of value to institution in Brazil called Instituto Bacarelli, who is dedicated a long time already to the education, musical education of less advantaged kids in Brazil. So in the site presentsongs.com, you will also be able to see a link to donate to these kids if you want. They deal with 1,200 kids every year, kids and adolescents, teenagers, in the aim to provide them an opportunity to get better lives. I hope you enjoy the songs and I wish you all the best. With my love from Paraty, we are very happy to be with my daughter and with my son-in-law Cody that you also know.
Behind the
All
camera.
the best to you. Cody is taking the movie here. Enjoy. Bye-bye. I was walking through my thoughts, wondering all the type of questions that I knew could not be answered without facing how I felt that day. It was then I realized all the meaning of my presence, and I left it to my soul to just bow to your presence. You're my life, my heart sparkles with love. Keep it shining, and the world will be there. Yes, my world will start there. Is it strange if I look through when I'm stuck in admiration for the God who's your creation? Meant the end of an old world to me. I will stop with all the noise, build a veil of good vibrations, just keep listening to your voice that transports me to new highs. You see, 'cause you're so nice. Your eyes, sparkles of sun, them smiling, and the world will be there. Yes, my world, we went there. You're so nice. Your eyes sparkles of sun. Keep them smiling, and the world will be there. Yes, my world, we went there.
That was so soothing and so wonderful. And I am so thrilled that the sound of UpChurch is expanding. And the sound expands before the people get there. Please know that our footprint is widening. Thank you so much, Mr. Boteau. Your voice is exquisite. Your music is wonderful. Thank you for contributing to the expansion of UpChurch. All right, family, we are on a roll. I am so excited about today's lesson. I hope I could just stay even enough to share it properly. So, we are starting with, this is Building the Nation State Part 2. So if you haven't seen Part 1, go watch Part 1 and come back here now. We are becoming the people who can possess the promised land. We're becoming the people who can possess the promised land. There's a becoming. That if you think about it, like moving through grades, that if you become the person who can go to the next grade. If you're in first grade, you become the person that can go to second grade. If you're in 10th grade, you become the person who can go to 11th grade. And so there is this unfolding process that is happening. The guiding scripture for today's lesson comes, of course, from the 6th chapter of Joshua, but this time we're working with verse 24 and verse 25. And this is what it says. They burned down the city and everything in it, but the silver and gold and the objects of copper and iron were deposited in the treasury of the house of the Lord. Only Rahab the harlot and her father's family were spared by Joshua, along with all that belonged to her. And she dwelt among the Israelites, as is still the case, for she had hidden the messengers that Joshua sent to spy out Jericho. Now, we're going to get into the metaphysical interpretation of this today, because reading this story, it can sound brutal, but we want to come off of the specifics of the story, right? The truth is that there's no historical evidence that this story ever happened, that they have dug and dug and dug and really haven't found any evidence that supports the things that are in this story. So the point is not the historical accuracy, and our faith is not built on historical accuracy. Our faith is built on the spiritual underpinnings in the lesson that don't need the facts of the story to be true or untrue. I don't need to know that they burned or didn't burn the city down. I need to know what it meant to say that they burned the city and everything in it. So that's what we're going to get into today. And so I want to have you put on your metaphysical hats. Now, my thesis is that I am 100% responsible for cultivating the environment that enables me to thrive in my promised land. I am 100% responsible. You know that word 100? That's everything. That's everything. Reverend Della said, you know all all. I am 100% responsible. No one else owns any responsibility in this. I am 100% responsible for cultivating the environment that enables me to thrive in my promised land. So we're on social unfoldment, and social unfoldment is about establishing the environment that allows you to thrive. Now, this step, more than any other step, is the one that trips everyone up. It's the one that trips me up, just being honest, because we want to bring everything and everyone along for the ride. But everything that is with you now is not a part of your destiny. Everyone that is with you now is not a part of your destiny. So you have done the spiritual work. You are on fire for the promised land. You are sufficiently spiritually motivated. You've done the mental work of cleansing your consciousness. You are working those affirmations and those denials. You've taken the physical step and you have gotten into action. You have backed up that talk with some walking. You have been obedient to the inspiration of spirit. And you have mastered self-discipline. You got the relational unfoldment. You're showing up every day in the way that you need to. You've got that relational unfoldment down pat. But here is where the rubber meeting the road moment comes, because this one is about personal integrity. So last week we said that possessing the promised land required obedience to the covenant. And we learned that the book of Joshua, along with the other books of the former prophets, is really about how Israel became a nation. And what we said is that it was all about obedience to the covenant. Every move they made in the capture of Canaan, with Jericho being the first major battle, was determined by its adherence to the covenant that they had with Yahweh. So the decision was made to destroy everything in the land except silver, gold, iron, copper, and Rahab and her family. This is instructive for us because possessing the promised land requires us to release all that is not a part of our destiny. Everything and everyone cannot come along for the ride. New houses need new furniture. There are some things that you are doing right now. There are some people that you are hanging with right now. There are some ways, things that you're connected to right now that cannot go forward into your promised land. So let's review our covenant. And remember, you're supposed to be reading this every day. I am ready for my adventure in faith. I see the divine opportunity designed just for me. And I wholeheartedly say, yes, God. I am strong. I will withstand the temptation to dream small or stay the same. I am courageous. I travel as the power, love, and life of God. I have no reason to fear. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me. I think thoughts, feel feelings, and speak words that reflect my promise being fulfilled. I live in a state of perpetual gratitude. I move on up. I move into my promised land now. Always remember that we are like those Israelites under Joshua's leadership. We are becoming a nation state. We are forming a national identity. We too are in a state of becoming. I mean this literally and metaphorically and metaphysically. Literally, our cells, we have trillions of cells that are programmed according to what we think, feel, speak, act, do, and how we react. What we put into our bodies, what we take into our minds. all of that conditions us. And so your nation state, this is your nation state, and you're programmed for something. So just like those Israelites, we are programmed for something. We are becoming something. And so this work that we are doing is changing us at a cellular level. We are developing a new identity. See, previously I had an identity where I couldn't have my promised land. Previously, I had an identity where I was unworthy of the things that I wanted. And whether it looked like the form of somebody being in the way or me just being in my own way, something was keeping me out of my promised land. But I am taking on a new identity. And as my new identity takes root in me, everything that does not agree with it gets out of the way. Everything that seems to be keeping me out of my promised land falls flat like the walls of Jericho. The scripture said they burned down the city and everything in it. But the silver and gold and the objects of copper and iron were deposited in the treasury of the house of the Lord. Only Rahab and her father's family were spared. Social unfoldment is about establishing an environment wherein you can thrive. And that necessarily means letting go of whatever is keeping you from thriving. Social unfoldment is about establishing an environment where you can thrive. And that means that there are things that you are going to let go if you're going to thrive. And maybe you don't want to thrive. So, but I'm assuming that you in this service with us because you want to thrive. And here's what I suspect. I suspect you already know who or what needs to go from your life. I bet you already know. Let me put a couple of questions on the screen for you. And these are questions for quiet reflection. Who or what is keeping you from seeing the divine opportunity in your life? Who or what is keeping you from seeing the divine opportunity in your life? Who or what is tempting you to dream small and or stay the same? I already know you know the answer to these questions, but maybe you need to write it down in a journal so that you know that you know. Who or what is tempting you to dream small and or stay the same? Just work with these questions. Who or what is inspiring you to feel fearful about moving forward in your life? Who or what is inspiring you to feel fearful about moving forward in your life? Now, the offenders may be people. That's a good one. That's usually somebody that's operating in that capacity in your experience, has got you not seeing the divine opportunity, that's got you dreaming small and trying to stay the same, that's got you feeling, fearful about moving forward. The offender might be a place. Maybe there's, it could be the way your house is organized. This is one of the powerful things about feng shui. You can rearrange the furniture and rearrange the energy in your house. Or it could be a place that you're continually going. I used to belong to an investment club, and before I would go to the meetings, my stomach would be in such knots because I was so afraid that the analysis that I had made would not measure up to the analysis that the other investment club members had made. And so even though I was taking a positive step toward my future by investing and learning about the stock market and building a portfolio, the way that it was coming about, I wasn't thriving. And I mean, literally, I would pull all-nighters the night before the meeting just out of anxiety about, you know, am I seeing this right? I think the company I was tracking was Microsoft. And when I tell you I read everything on Microsoft, I read everything. And so, but I was so anxious, I couldn't even digest the information. And then not to mention, I would procrastinate getting the work done. That's also why an all-nighter had to happen. So I would wait until the last minute because I doubted myself and all of that. And so I was going into this environment, which wasn't affirming me, even though it was a positive step, it wasn't affirming me. And so this place had me not seeing the divine opportunity in my life. This place, this meeting environment had me dreaming small and trying to stay the same. It wasn't inspiring me to show up in a different way. The offender might be a thing. There might be some things that you were holding on to. I love what Reverend Della did when she got ready for Franklin. She got rid of everything that didn't involve, that was related to another man that had been in her life. Everything. She got rid of the bed, the sheets, the furniture, whatever was related to anything unlike Franklin. And she did this prior to meeting Franklin. Let me make sure I'm clear about that. Those of you that don't know the story, that she got rid of everything that was connected romantically to any male in her experience. So the space was cleared so she could see the divine opportunity, so that she could dream bigger and not stay the same. Some of you are holding on to jewelry. Yeah, it's a nice piece of jewelry. Sell it. Move it out of your experience or give it away, whatever. But move it out of your experience so that something better can come into your experience. The offender might be a habit. There may be just something that you were just in the pattern of doing. But that pattern is keeping you from thriving in your promised land. It might be an attitude. You might need an attitude check. In fact, I know you need an attitude check. Don't worry. I know you. All of us believe, oh, I got a great attitude. Listen, your attitude determines your altitude. So since you are not fully in your promised land, there's an attitude that needs to be checked. There might be a behavior, a way that you learned to show up for the world that made sense at the time that you learned it, or maybe it was what was given to you by your family, but it don't work now. Remember, this is about thriving. I'm 100% responsible, right? I'm not blaming my mama or my daddy for the things that I'm showing up to this now moment with. They gave me the best that they knew how to give me, even if my estimation of what they gave me was not great, I'm not happy with it. I am 100% responsible for setting up the environment so that I can thrive in my promised land. And so that means I might have to let some things go. But I want to also give you what you want to bring with you. And so I have 3 components that support you in thriving in your promised land. Thrive component number 1 is activating your spiritual gifts. That's the goal, creates momentum. Activating your spiritual gifts creates momentum. Thrive component number 2, love and wisdom, that's the silver, enables you to respond to all that arises. Love and wisdom enable you to respond to all that arises. And thrive component number 3, a consciousness of strength, that's the copper and the iron, gives you the ability to persevere. All right, thrive component number 1, activating your spiritual gifts, that's the goal, creates momentum. I want you to think of your spiritual gifts as your competitive advantage. You have a zone of genius. When you act in your zone of genius, you accelerate your forward movement. There are things that come naturally to you. Let me give you an example. I was raised by teachers. I got a community of teachers around me. My mama's a teacher. My daddy's a teacher. My auntie's a teacher. My cousins in my mama's side is a teacher. Turns out my dad's sister is a teacher. I come from a community of teachers. Let me tell you the thing I ran from forever. teaching. Because I had this idea that teachers don't make any money. And so I just, I ran from it. So no, I was not going to get an early education degree. No, I was not going to get a teaching credential because they don't make no money. And I was born to be rich. I'm clear on that part. But guess where my zone of genius is? And I say this, and this is not bragging, but I know I could teach you the phone book and you would be like, oh my God. Because that's my zone of genius. Because I'm going to find something that just interests you, that you can be like, oh my God, I never knew that. How interesting is that? Because that's just how my brain works. You've got that too. You've got that zone of genius that when you step into it, you are unstoppable. Nobody can touch you. And I know this. I know this. So activating your spiritual gifts creates a momentum. And when you are, how to say this? A lot of the frustration that people face, that we experience through life, comes from doing what we don't have a predisposition toward. Now, you can develop a zone of genius anywhere. Let me be clear about that. So everything is available to you. But there's some things that is easier for you to dive into than others. And so a lot of the brick walls that we hit, we're running up against them because we are not flourishing. We're not working in our zone of genius. And so you want to ask yourself, where do I win easily? Because wherever I win easily, that's a clue to the direction that I want to be moving in. That's a clue to the parts of myself that I want to develop. And here's the thing. This is the way that God works. There's something that you want to do that's not now your zone of genius. But if you would go ahead and operate in your zone of genius, it would begin to open the door to the thing that you want to do that's not yet your zone of genius. That's what I mean by everything is open to you. Nothing is off limits to you. If you would go ahead and step into where you are unquestionably the greatest, that these other things that you also have an interest in will become opportunities for you if you would go ahead and own your present zone of genius. Isn't that something? Where are you already winning? What catches your attention? What matters to you? What kind of things do you notice? Because when you step into that, activating your spiritual gift sparks joy. Let me tell you something. I can be dog tired. I can come home from a long day of juggling the financial business and UPCHURCH and all of that, and sit down and teach the Bible, hang out, and have energy as if I had a full night's sleep, because activating your spiritual gift sparks joy, and feeling good is a strategy. When you feel good, you become unstoppable. When you feel good, nothing and no one can touch you. You work better. You're more efficient when you're happy. And so I encourage you, we have a spiritual gift assessment, and we'll have to figure out how to make that available to you guys. We talked about doing it online. Maybe now is the time. Hey, Deidre. Maybe now is the time to take that spiritual gift assessment, because you need to know where you're already winning, and we can help you get some clarity around that. Thrive component number 2, love and wisdom, that's the silver, enable you to respond to all that arises. Love and wisdom enable you to respond to all that arises. Now, we're only looking at the 6th chapter of Joshua. And unfortunately, the way that many of us were taught the Bible is that we think that Jericho was the only battle. But it is not. The whole book of Joshua is literally a series of campaigns waged under the leadership of Joshua in the formation of the nation state. So they didn't conquer Jericho and now they got Canaan. There are battles all through the book of Joshua on into the book of Judges. Okay, that this becoming the nation state doesn't happen until we get to the leadership of David. So there's campaign after campaign after campaign after campaign. My point, besides the fact that we were taught the Bible in an erroneous way, is that conquering Jericho does not ensure smooth sailing. You know, they say every level brings a new devil. It means that it comes with new challenges, new obstacles, new things within yourself to overcome. So you're peeling back the onion on your higher self. And the moment you take down one mental stronghold within yourself, you're going to discover another mental stronghold that has to be conquered and mastered. My point is that there is no finishing place. I know that that runs counter to what we're taught about life. So, you know, you have lived as if you're going to reach a point where you've accomplished all that you've accomplished. And what I want to tell you is that any septuagenarian or octogenarian that's on fire for this teaching will tell you that you are always in this becoming process, that you are always discovering things about yourself that you never knew. And if you let God inspire you, you will find yourself in your 70s, in your 80s, in your 90s, discovering things about yourself that you had no idea was possible for you, because life is an adventure. And you are infinite like your source. Like your Father, Mother, God, you are continually unfolding. You will never get it done. And here's the good part, you really can't get it wrong, to tell you the truth. So as you find new levels within yourself, as you get to the next campaign, right? We're in the Take Down Jericho campaign, but as we get to the next one is AI. The next one is I. As we get to the I campaign, right? And then the other areas. And as you get to the next level within yourself, it will be the qualities of love and wisdom that enable you to respond like the spiritual giant that you are. Because inevitably, you knock down one Jericho and you think it's the only Jericho and you're ready to coast, and there is no coasting. There's a new level of yourself to be unfolded. And so it's the love and the wisdom that enable you to show up and not shrink and waste any more time wishing that there wasn't a new level of yourself to conquer. Thrive component number 3, a consciousness of strength. Now, this is the copper and the iron, gives you the ability to persevere. A consciousness of strength gives you the ability to persevere. Inevitably, you're going to hit a brick wall. I can sugarcoat it for you, or I could just tell you the unvarnished truth. You are going to hit a barrier in the conquering of the promised land, in the unfolding of your higher self, that makes you feel certain that you cannot move forward. You may be asked to do what scares the living daylights out of you. And you are certain that doing it is going to cost you everything. Generally, this involves the revelation of a secret, or maybe a set of secrets that have crippled you for decades. In those moments, you are going to need a consciousness of strength to rip the Band-Aid off. You're going to have to own the past, or the past is going to own you. What I can tell you is that whatever you are withholding is rotting inside of you. Whatever you are withholding is rotting inside of you. And please know, I'm preaching to me and I'm preaching to you. And unless you release it, it will take you down from the inside out. Remember, everything that's happening in the body was first happening in the mind. Arteries don't harden without a hardened mental attitude. Heart function doesn't get destroyed without a mental attitude of destruction that precedes it. Secrets make you gain weight. I hope y'all are in Reverend Sheree's Spiritual Principles for Weight Loss. Secrets will make you gain weight. Whomever or whatever you think is going to reject you because of the thing that you don't want to reveal is not worth you not thriving in your promised land. Because the truth is that you can get all these other steps right. You can get on fire for the promised land. You can get the mental and emotional, get those mental habits in order. You can do the physical work where you're obedient to the inspiration of spirit. You can do the relational work where you put everything in service to the I am. But you get to this piece because every brick wall is really asking you to uncover a shadow part of yourself. And so you're going to need strength to do that. You're going to need strength to know that whether people reject me or not, God has never rejected me. There is nothing that you have done or allowed to be done, knowingly or unknowingly, that can separate you from the love and the light of God. You've never been disqualified from your promised land. You've never been disqualified from your promised land. You're going to need that consciousness of strength to persevere no matter what. You're going to need that consciousness of strength to trust. To trust. Because here's the thing about secrets. We say we believe that God's love is all around. We say that we believe that God loves us and God adores us. We sing it. It's in our lyrics. But every secret is a place where you don't believe it. And here's the thing, y'all. I got to give it the way I got it. I wish I could sugarcoat it. I wish I could make it better, make it more palatable. Make it go down easier. Reverend Mack used to get, when she would teach this kind of truth, she would have some candy on her table. And she said, honey, get you a piece of candy so it'll go down easier. Every secret is a place where you don't believe in God's unconditional love. I could say more, but that's a whole other sermon. Maybe we need to do a sermon on secrets. But I want to give you a quick word about Rahab before we, not Rehab. I want to give you a quick word about Rahab before I close. So metaphysically, Rahab the harlot represents the natural love in humankind for the things of God. She symbolizes the fidelity and faithfulness of that love within us when we become centered on spiritual things. It's the Rahab consciousness that opens the way for us to enter the promised land, that kingdom of heaven, that spiritual consciousness. Rahab symbolizes that first inkling, that first feeling that better is available for us. She didn't know who these spies were, but something intuitively said, take a chance. Take a chance that they represent your future. Who she becomes in the line of succession is in the maternal line of succession toward Jesus. Take a chance that your future can be better than your past. Take a chance that who you've been is not who you have to continue to be. Take a chance that it gets greater later. I know they call her a harlot. That's a whole other Bible lesson. So I can just re-educate you on some things, but I don't have time for that. But what she represents is that innocent part of us that's never been corrupted, that believes in possibility, that believes in what can be. What causes people to age and die is loss of that Rahab spark. The scripture says that she dwelt among the Israelites. You move through life when you let go of that spark. You move through life without an openness to something new. Sometimes our attitude toward aging as the numbers creep up is, oh, I've seen it all before. But the truth is that you've never been to this now moment. And can you come to this now moment with the openness of a child? Can you come to this now moment not thinking that you know how everything is going to go? Can you come to this now moment with the innocence that Rahab symbolizes? Keeping Rahab alive is about keeping an open heart and an open mind through every moment of life. All right, let's review. I am 100% responsible for cultivating the environment that enables me to thrive in my promised land. And so 3 Thrive components. Thrive component number 1, activating your spiritual gifts creates momentum. What does that mean? It means I'm responsible for the momentum. When you see someone on a roll, they put themselves on a roll. Activating your spiritual gifts creates momentum. Thrive component number 2, love and wisdom enable you to respond to all that arises. Through the application of love and wisdom, I keep that momentum going. So activating the spiritual gift sets it going, gets the momentum going. Love and wisdom keeps it going when I come to the next battle that's got to be waged, the next strong mental stronghold that's got to be conquered in myself. And Thrive component number 3, a consciousness of strength gives you the ability to persevere. There will absolutely be secrets that you have to let go of. I don't know who you'll have to disclose them to. I don't know what part of your past you're going to need to make peace with. What I do know for sure is that if you don't own the past will own you. And so you have genuinely got to let go and let God. God bless you.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, I couldn't seem to fall asleep. There was so much on my mind, searching for that peace, but the peace I could not find. So then I knelt down to pray and help me please. Then he said, you don't have to cry, 'cause I'll supply all your needs. Stop worrying how the story ends. I let go. I let go and I let God. Let God have His way. That's when things start happening. I stop looking at back then. I let go. I let go and I let God. Let God have His way. There's so much going on. Sometimes I can't find my way, and oftentimes I struggle from day to day. I have to realize it's not my battle. It's not my battle to fight, but I know that I put it in your hands, that everything will be alright. As soon as I stop worrying how the story ends. When I let go, and I let God. Let God. That's when things start happening. let go. Let God. Hold on, my brother, and let God. Hold on, my sister, and let God. Hold on, everybody. Oh, and soon let God. Let go. And let God. Let go. Let God. He'll have his way when you're done now. When you feel you have nowhere to go, just let God. When you feel you have nothing left, just let God. Let go. Let go. Soon as I stop worrying, worrying how the story ends. I let go and I let go. Let God. Let God have his way. That's when things start happening. Things start happening. I stop looking at bad things. I let go and I let go. Let God. Let God have his way. Soon as I stop worrying, it's all in your hands. That's when things start happening. Yeah, I let it go. Soon as I stop worrying, Lord, you got it. That's when things start happening. Let God have his way.
All right, family, it is time to support your spiritual center and help us take this message global.
I give in love. I give in love, love, love. All that I have and all I receive will be multiplied. I'm in the flow. I'm in the flow, flow, flow. I'm sending it out and it's coming back in. He supplies my every need.
We have made it so easy for you to support UpChurch. Contributions to our ministry can be made online. You can text UpChurch to 73256, or you can go to upchurch.org and click on the Give button, or you can make your gift via Cash App. Our Cash App ID is $UpChurchLA. Or you can mail in your gift. And remember, we have a new mailing address, 3108 Glendale Boulevard, number 547, Los Angeles, 90039.
I give in love. I give in love, love, love. All that I have and all I receive will be multiplied. I'm in the flow. I'm in the flow, flow, flow. I'm sending it out and it's coming back in. He supplies my every need.
Let's bless the gifts that we have come to share. Would you read along with me? Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love and I trust God. All right, let's back up that blessing with a declaration. We want to send this seed out with energy, enthusiasm, and expectancy. I am in the flow. I give generously and I receive abundantly. I am a massive giver and a gracious receiver. All right, family, let's have some announcements and then I'll be back to close us out.
Brief announcement for you, UpChurch. I want you to mark your calendars for October 30th. We're going to have our Halloween bingo night. This is going to be a really, really fun fundraiser, and we're going to play bingo and laugh and have a blast all together. So I want you to tell your friends, because I know you have some friends who love bingo. I want you to tell them to save the date, October 30th. There are going to be prizes and games and cash prizes, so much fun. If you're interested in helping us bring on this bingo night, if you're like, I want to get a part of the exciting planning committee, reach out to me, Rev Sheree at upchurch.org. See you soon.
Good afternoon, UpChurch. Today, I'm here to make an announcement. It is going to be a choir video shoot that is going to be happening on October 16th at 12 o'clock. At the First Lutheran Church, and we are gonna rehearse and video shoot 2 selections from Del Reese songs. Yes. So more details are coming to the Facebook UpChurch Love page, so please stay tuned. But this is again October 16th, Saturday that's coming up at noon. I know that some of you have been asking, when do I get to sing? When do I get to sing? So this is your chance. I hope you sign up and be there that day. Okay, now I'm gonna pass to Pastor Sherry. She's gonna explain to you about some protocols, for the safety procedure for that day.
Thank you so much, Noriko. Listen, this is what I want to share with you about our COVID protocol, because it is of utmost importance to me that you are safe and that we handle your safety in this moment with the utmost care. So, the rule is, if you want to be a part of the performance that we'll see on Sunday, but we're shooting it on Saturday the 16th, then you need a COVID test that's negative no more than 48 hours before the 16th. So meaning you can take the test on Thursday, get your results back, or you can take it on Friday. But maybe that's inconvenient for you. Well, we have a mobile unit that is going to be on site, and you can actually come early and get a rapid COVID test. So right there on the spot at First Lutheran. And I'm getting a test, Noriko's gonna get a test, Reverend Sheree is tested. So we are making sure that we are COVID safe so that everyone who's participating and singing, because we're not gonna be in masks, is going to have a negative COVID test. So what I need you to do right now is click the link below and let us know that you will be there so that we can be prepared and have enough tests available. Or you can call the church office and let us know that you're going to be there. And that is 310-412-7729. Let us know that you're coming so that we can be prepared with a test for you.
We've got some superstars in our midst. I don't know if you know this, but our social media all-stars are the best. We thank you for your support. We love you for all that you give to this ministry. Thank you for liking, for sharing, for commenting. It all makes a difference. And a special shout out to Glenda Fikes-McCrae. Girl, you have been doing it, choosing those clips that we are sharing virtually. And guess what? There is room for you on this team. If you want to help us grow and expand our social footprint, please reach out to UpChurch at upchurch.org and say, hey, I'm in, put me in, coach. I want to help the social media team.
Hello, UpChurch family. Well, as you know, we are looking for a new church home, and we need your help. And there are lots of ways that you can help. First and foremost, we're looking for a commercial real estate agent. So if you know someone, send us their contact information. You can send that to boardsecretary@upchurch.org. Also, we need a couple of people who would be willing to go out and look at the properties that the real estate agent finds for us. And it's a simple process of going out, taking a look, taking a few pictures and sending them back to us. If you're interested, drop us an email. Now, if you happen to be out and about during your day and you see a building and you think, hey, you know, that might work for UPCHURCH, take a picture of the sign and email it to us. If you know someone who has some property that they would be willing to sell or lease or even donate to UPCHURCH, have them get in contact with us, board secretary at upchurch.org. And finally, we appreciate the way that you have continued to support our building fund. Let's continue to keep supporting the building fund. Those donations make a tremendous difference. So if you have any questions, drop us an email, board secretary at upchurch.org. And in the meantime, thank you once again in advance for all of your support. Peace and blessings. Enjoy the service.
Hello, UPCHURCH family. I have exciting news. It's back to school time. It is time for us to get back into the classroom. We have two powerful spiritual growth opportunities for you. The first is spiritual principles for lasting weight loss. You heard me right. We're going to have the spiritual principles for lasting weight loss experience again. It is going to be, it's fresh and new for those of you who've taken it before. I want to encourage you to come in so you can just break the chains that have bound you to excess weight. And so we're going to do that together on Sundays from 11:30 a.m. Pacific to 1 p.m. Pacific. We're going to have that experience before the worship experience each Sunday. And so I want to encourage you to register today. You won't regret it. Second class is our Bible class. John Downey has been teaching our Bible series, and it's been an amazing experience. I hear from you. And so Bible 3 is coming up at 3 p.m. on Sundays. And this is where we get to get into the metaphysical interpretation of the Old Testament. I'm telling you, you want to be in both of these classes, really. But it is important that you wake yourself up so that you can let your body be free from all the baggage that you may have accumulated over time. And it's important that you understand the tool that the Bible is and how to interpret it so that you can get principle out of it. Those two experiences begin October 3rd. Register today. It's only $15 per course. Register today.
I truly hope that you know that your promised land is within reach, that there is nothing that can be kept from you, that you are divinely provided for. May you know that with every fiber of your being. Oh my goodness. What a day, what a day, what a day. I am so glad that you spent this time with us. I can't wait to hang out with you in the after party. Come hang out. Let's talk about some of the stuff that's going on. Let me remind you though, if you want to be a member of this community, next week is a spiritual baptism. So if you're interested and you're ready to make Up Church your spiritual home, make sure that you are a part of our orientation on Saturday the 16th. And then the spiritual baptism will take the place of the after party next week. So I just want to make sure I say that. Don't forget that. Don't forget to tell you about that. All right, let's take our prayer of protection. Would you read along with me? The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And so it is. See you soon.